Oh, we got the engagement ring. Higher commitment, eternity, partnership, union, completion. This is the lovers in the reverse. So let's see what comes out with this engagement ring. Because this is giving somebody wants some type of higher level of commitment with someone. All right. Tell me more about this engagement ring. Strength. Somebody could be a Leo. Okay, so look, strength, you know, they're pushing forward. They're making healthy choices. They're loving on themselves. They're practicing self-love and self-care. They're trying to be happier. They're trying to love life and live, and you know, like, this is what they're doing. Okay. Tell me more about this engagement ring. All right, so with that strength, that's what they're doing. They're trying to be strong. They're trying to endure, you know. They're trying to avoid temptation, avoid toxicity, you know. All right, okay. So this is definitely giving someone who's healing. Okay, tell me more. They're free, okay? Free from, if they had addictions or, again, just toxicity. They're free from all of that shit. We have here the stalemates, and in this, okay, so they're not stuck anymore because they're seeing clearly now. So again, more confirmation that someone is healing. All right, there's no more blindfold. You see that? There's no more blindfold. The blindfold is off. They're seeing clearly. So now that they're seeing clearly, they're not at a stalemate. They're not indecisive, because at one point there was confusion, because yesterday we picked up that the child is not theirs. You know, that was one of the things that was holding this divine masculine back. It was holding him back because he didn't know. You know, he thought it was his kid. He wasn't sure. Somebody got clarity, and then once they got the clarity, they're moving on. That's it. So that's this energy that I'm getting here. They're free. They're not trapped with a baby no more, with this karmic. None of that. Okay. Oh my God. You see, I just said they're seeing clearly. That is so crazy. What's this one? Wow, baggage. Okay, so this is my deck. If you like it, click the link in my bio. This is my What's the Scoop deck. All of these is not my cards, but they're mixed in with a bunch of other cards. But these cards are mine, okay? So look at this. I just said that they're seeing clearly. They found out. They found out it's not their child. They found out the karmic is a liar, whatever, whatever, whatever. That's this baggage. And when I chose this picture, I chose her too because she looks a little bit off. All right, like she's just staring out into space. She looks a little off. Okay, so she got a lot of baggage, you know, like she's toxic. And I also, when I wrote baggage, it's like, you see how there's also baggage here, Louis Vuitton. So it's a lot in one card, a lot of meaning to this card. You know, like she has emotional baggage, a lot of toxicity, okay, a lot of bullshit. That's why they're making healthier choices. They was making bad choices with this karmic. Dealing with this karmic is a bad choice. So that's what they're now coming to the conclusion about. Like, they're realizing, like, oh, this is a karmic. This person had a lot of baggage. This person, on top of having emotional baggage, they also could have been like a gold digger and wanted this person to provide for them, and wanted, you know, Louis Vuitton and all this other shit. You know, like, this is what this karmic was about. Okay, too much baggage. That's what I meant with that card. Okay, so this person is now trying to change. So let's see what we could get with these other cards. Let's see. What can we get from here, Holy Spirit, regarding this energy that we just picked up on? They're making healthier choices. The karmic got exposed. They're seeing clearly. Okay, so look what they found out. That the karmic, on top of everything else, this baggage is also connected to them having feelings for an ex. We picked up on that energy before in another reading, that we saw that the karmic was still fucking around with their ex, and they got an STD from their ex. Okay, not from Divine Masculine, the ex before Divine Masculine, or somewhere around before Divine Masculine came into the picture, and he came back and he gave her an STD. So now we have here OnlyFans. She's on OnlyFans doing something strange for a little piece of change. So this is what he found out as well. Look at this guy right here looking through her phone. Like, you see that? He's like, what is this link? What is this link in your bio, bitch? What is this link in your bio? He's not blind no more. He sees. Okay, he sees now. He saw the link in the bio. He saw her doing something strange for a little piece of change. Oh my God. And then he saw, maybe he read some type of messages or something between her and her ex. So this, it sealed the deal for him. He also found out that the child was not his. And now he got all the clarity that he needed. His heart is now completely, I guess, cleansed. Okay? Like, I guess cleansed is the right word, because I just feel like now this guy is going to be, he's going to sleep at night. He's going to be calm. Like, you know what? I did what I did. I tried to work on this. I try to be, I thought that was my kid. I try to be a good dad. I try to be around, like I did what I could do, and that's it. And I feel like now he's going to feel better, and he found out the truth about everything. And he's just like, that's it. No more wondering, no more sleepless nights, no more what if, should I not? Is she doing this? I feel like this person, he's going to be at peace. All right. We already see he's making healthier choices. Like this guy is already, he's already experiencing, a high frequency. He's going to be at peace. He's doing things differently. All right. She is a succubus energy. She's a female demon. All right. So this is what he's realizing. Like, oh, this is a succubus. This is a Jezebel spirit. This is a karmic. Okay. A lot of people, they don't know what that is. Before I awakened, I didn't know about none of that. I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't know what a karmic was or none of that shit. So, he's going through that process where he's awakening now. Like, oh, that's a succubus. Just like the male version is an incubus. Like maybe he's looking shit up. Maybe he's looking, that's what I'm getting. Like maybe he's looking shit up like, oh, this is what that is. Yeah, she's that. She fits the description. Because what Spirit is showing me right now in my mind's eye? They're reminding me of a show that I saw on YouTube where the guy, he was saying, who is it? His name? Corey Hardwick? Corey something. Maybe those names. Is it Corey Hardwick? I don't know if that's the other guy. Listen, he's a comedian, and he was saying that this lady, the one that's pretend that she was all over the blogs because she's not really a doctor. I forgot her name too. But anyways, that's what Spirit is showing me, the part where he was like, she checks out all of the qualifications of being a psycho. Like he's like, oh, she's really a psycho. She's a psychopath. Look, she checks this one, like that. So that's what I'm seeing, that this guy, he's doing that. He's looking up shit, and he's like, oh, she is a succubus. She is a demon. She is a karmic. She is a Jezebel. Look, you are there taking losses because you're getting their karma detached. Look, lessons of karma. You see, lessons. They're learning lessons. They're learning. They're looking shit up. All right. Or they're watching readings or watching stuff that has, to do with spiritual content. I feel like this guy's learning these things about karma, about karmics. And I could be talking to you, Divine Masculine. I don't know, apply how it resonates for whoever the viewer is. If it's not Divine Masculine that I'm talking to you, Divine Feminine, about your Divine Masculine. And this is what he's going through right now before he gets into union with you. Because that's God's plan. All right. Y'all are going to get together. Okay. But before y'all get together, he needs to go through this. He needs to close out the cycle completely. He needs to make healthier choices. He needs to go through this test, the spiritual boot camp, what we as Divine Feminines went through. Now we chilling, we calm, we good, we did the healing, we chilling now they gotta catch up. That's how this goes. Okay, so if you're watching for spiritual court, that'll be later on. Okay, because somebody commented on YouTube, where's your gavel? I'm like, hey ma'am, this is not spiritual court, ma'am. Okay, so this is what these readings are about, the progress of Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, before they get into this divine union. Okay, all right. So this is what he's learning, that when you are connected to a karmic, you will take losses. Maybe they're noticing, because even with me, like Spirit, the Most High God, like they've been showing me like patterns. That's how I learn a lot of things, through them. Like, I was thinking that the other day. I'm like, oh, Spirit be like training us like a freaking dog, like, how when you train a dog, it's like you show them through a pattern, like you do this, you get a reward, like you do this, like, okay, I'm gonna give you confirmation, like that. So that's what I've been getting. I was thinking about that randomly, and that's what I'm getting here. Like, this person is starting to realize that, how Spirit is showing us things, patterns, and he's realizing a pattern of, when I get back with the karmic, I start taking losses. I start losing money. I start losing my job. I lose my job, or I lose a connection to money or something. Like, he takes some type of loss. He's starting to, like a dog, okay, like starting to see, like, okay, when I get close to this bitch, this is when something happens, something bad happens. So he started looking shit up, putting shit together. Spirit is guiding him, and this is what he's doing. Like, he's starting to realize these things. All right. And look, DNA says you cannot make this up, bro. And look, you're the main topic in the group chat. Like I said, he read something in the phone. So they was talking about, it says you are the main topic. So they could have been talking about divine feminine or divine masculine. We're going to clarify right now and see what they was talking about. Let's see. But with the DNA test, confirmation that he found out a lot of things. And he probably found out, in the DNA, with the DNA test, something in the group chat too about that. All right, so this is another thing that Spirit is reminding me of now. I just be watching a lot of things on YouTube. I don't even have cable anymore. I don't watch cable TV no more. I like to watch what I want to watch. So I got Netflix, YouTube, shit like that. So I'm always on YouTube basically, right? So I was watching this show, and the guy was saying that the problem was about the not the DNA test. It was about the group chat. And he was saying, listen, when you get a girl's phone, you don't look through the obvious. You don't look for guy names or nothing like that. You go into the group chat. You go where she's chatting with her girlfriends, and that's where you're gonna find out all the tea. That's where you're gonna find out everything. Go in the group chat. Don't go in the text with any names of guys. That's too easy. Go in the group chat where she's talking with her friends, or go in the text with her and her bestie or something, and you're gonna find something there. So I feel like that's what he did, because Spirit is showing me that part of that show. All right, that's what he did, and he found out everything. Shit. All right, so tell me about this group chat, Holy Spirit. What's the main topic? They talking about divine masculine, divine feminine. What's going on here? What's the main topic here? Oh my God, you cannot be any more clear than this. My goodness. Divine masculine, here you are. Hey, boo. Doubts. Shout out to Drizzy Drake. Okay, look, they're talking about how divine masculine is doubting. Okay, doubting all the bullshit that she has been feeding him, and doubting if that's his kid. Oh my goodness. All right. Tell me more about the doubts and divine masculine, Holy Spirit. Judgment. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the same thing as doubts. Like, somebody is judging. They're talking about how divine masculine is judging. Like, they want answers. They're looking at a situation, and they're like, really, like, just like this, like, judgment. Like, it's time. This is a reckoning. They're talking about this. Like, oh shit is about to get real. We got the Lover's card in the reverse. So confirmation that this is about this karmic here that they're talking about. Like, they know that this guy is going to break up with this karmic. All right, we saw this card earlier when I was shuffling. So definitely this is about an ex, karmisha. Okay, so this is what they're talking about. Let's see what else. Let me pull from here and see what we get with this pile of cards here. Can we get something else with this group chat, Holy Spirit? So they're talking about how he's going to find out the truth. He's having doubts, like he's realizing the karmic is lying about the DNA test, lying about still having feelings for an ex, lying about everything. So that's part of what they're talking about. Let's see now what else. We got a tow truck driver, or some type of driver could be significant. A cottage dorm, so someone could be in college. Is that's significant? Somebody connected. Look, and we got a weed cipher. What? So somebody was like smoking. That's what else he found out. He found out that the karmic was a weed cipher, because people be watching from all over the world. Hey, and they asked me that before. They were like, "What's a weed cipher?" So a weed cipher is just people chilling, hanging out, people hanging out and smoking reefer, smoking marijuana. Okay. smoking marijuana together. There's music in the background, you know, there's nice lighting sometimes, or maybe they're outside somewhere. But we have a college dorm, you know, like there's a vibe. People are just chilling. They're hanging out and just getting high, okay? And it could be in a college dorm. And he found this out that she was, if it's not a college dorm, it could be in someone's bedroom, someone's apartment, some type of dorm, some type of room, bedroom, in someone's house, in the basement or some shit. Like, he found out about that. Let's see what else we can get with that. All right, Spirit, talk to me about this this dorm, like this weed cipher. What else he found out about them doing here? Maybe that's where he found out, oh, that she was with her ex. That's what I was gonna say right now. Look, we got romance. You see? Oh my God, this is some tea. Ooh, wee. All right, so he found out that she was smoking and chilling, hanging out maybe with his friends. Maybe, again, if it's not a college dorm, maybe he's in college and they, you know, they just linked up somewhere. They was all chilling somewhere. Okay, what's at the bottom? Okay, look, 5 of Wands. Oh my God, 5 of Wands in the upright is fighting, conflict. So in the reverse, it's like, okay, they made up. They made up. They kissed and made up. For some of y'all, maybe they look like this. Let me see. Let me clear that shit up real quick. There you go. All right, maybe somebody looks like that. All right, maybe somebody has a bike, a motorcycle, or some shit. All right. Okay. So yeah, he found out that she, you know, she kissed and made up with some guy here, that they're not fighting no more. Confirmation. So that's connecting to what he read in the phone. He read about them smoking, or maybe he read when you know, she went over there, or he was like, send me your address, or, you know, I'm gonna send you a cab, an Uber, or some shit. Like, he probably read that, something like that, about her going there. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, what else can we get with this DNA test? Seven of Wands. You see the way I just went like I felt like that took a lot of energy out of me to get this message right here. Like, what? Okay. So with this 7 of Wands, I feel like that's connecting to him too. Like, this is someone who doesn't want to fight no more. You know, like 7 of Wands is like, this is not worth fighting for. They don't want to fight no more. They want to be at peace. Like this, you know, like this is something that is like, they don't want to fight no more. They don't want to fight for this. Oh, a high priestess in the reverse, a witch. He don't want to fight for this witch. Also, high priestess is secrets. So secrets in the reverse. He don't want to fight for this witch who's a fucking liar who got exposed. Okay, so the secrets are revealed. And the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So yeah, like, this was unexpected. He did not, you know, usually people will never imagine this, especially if you've been there since, you know, the baby came out, you know, but it's like unexpected. It's unfortunate. It's, you know, he just didn't expect that with that Wheel of Fortune in the reverse here. Bottom of the deck, we have life insurance. All right. So a life insurance policy could be significant with this DNA test. Like, I don't know how that works, but maybe he wanted to get a life insurance policy for his child. Maybe he was looking into that, and maybe they needed to get a DNA test or something. I don't know. All right. That could be significant. Maybe not. We're just going to keep going, but definitely this is connecting to the DNA test. Yeah, look, mystery. All right. So again, mystery with the high priestess in the reverse now is not a mystery no more. The truth is out. Now he found out the truth about this baby not being his, or this child. You know, maybe the child could be a little bit older. It's not a baby no more. All right. So let's see what else we could get. Let's pull from here. Anything else from here, Holy Spirit? Someone who is, this person could be a musician, or they're very creative. Okay, someone who's an artist. That's definitely, you know, the chosen ones. We have that in us. We're very creative. Some could use that creativity into music or into making art. Okay, like me, I like to do graphic designs and, you know, shit like that. Maybe somebody's into graphic design, some type of artist here. Let's see. Tell me more. Traumatized. Wow. So someone's gonna be traumatized and the police is gonna be called. They're gonna be traumatized by this situation that's gonna pop off. Let's see what's that about. Let me get another deck. Let's see. This could be a karmic trying to start some bullshit, some drama. We picked up on that in the last couple of readings, where there's a karmic that wants to get somebody locked up. Let's see. Clarify, the police will be called or they were called. My way. Yeah, look, there was fighting. There's going to be some type of fighting going on here with the Seven of Wands. And look, the Seven of Wands is this right here too. Like, you know, again, you don't want to fight. Somebody, you don't want to fight for this connection. They don't want to fight with this karmic. This karmic want to fight. This bitch, look, she's ready to do some ninja shit. Like, she's ready. She's been training for this shit. Oh my God. We have the Seven of Cups. So she could be under the influence when she tries to pop off on you, and you're going to have to call the police. All right. Popping perks, smoking, drinking. We already see she smokes. All right. Doing all types of weird shit. All right. These are different options, different things that she does. You know, you see the clouds in the background, that it clouds her judgment. So she's going to be under the influence so much that her judgment is going to be clouded, and she's going to do something stupid that's going to end up getting her locked up. All right, because look, she needs to have it her way. She's very selfish, very stubborn, arrogant. All right, she's in her ego. What's at the bottom? Nine of Cups. So look, Nine of Cups in the upright is wish fulfillment. Things going your way. You getting what you want. In the reverse, she's not getting what she wants. So because you don't want to be with this bitch, that's what that is. She's gonna try to pop up somewhere, and it's gonna be a traumatizing situation because you're gonna have to call the police. Maybe you don't want to have to do that, but this is what's gonna happen. So somebody needs to be aware of that. All right, somebody needs to be aware. All right, I'm not trying to scare nobody, but just be aware and, you know, just be ready to call 911 when she pops up, because that's what I'm seeing. And that's not for everybody, but that's for somebody because it's coming out. All right, what names are significant here, Holy Spirit? If you see your name here, this is your confirmation that there's a message here for you. If you see the karmic's name, this is your confirmation they're involved. If you don't see any name, that's okay. This is just another level of confirmation for somebody, okay? Tamara, Kwame, Patricia, Fisher, Weddle, Martinez, Taisha, and Heather. Beverly, Crystal, Lorraine, Janet, Ruth, Erickson, Krista, Glenn, Ma, Claire, Alyssa, Andrea, Nichelle. Antoinette, Renee, Audrey, Sylvain, Cedric, Deanna, Donna, Frankie, Dakota, William, Wheezy, Angela, Ayani, Caesar, Tate, and Cheryl. Raven, Tyshawn, Michelle, Elijah, Emily, Jeffrey, and Ryan. Let me pull some signs. The same thing with the signs. You see your sign here, there's your confirmation. There's a message here for you. You see the karmic sign. This is your confirmation they're involved. Scorpio. If you don't see any names or sign, you take what resonates from the message. Gemini. Cancer. Libra. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So double confirmation Scorpio, double confirmation Cancer. And we have here a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn is significant. All right, y'all. So that's what I got here. I hope I was able to bring clarity and confirmation to whoever needed to receive this message. Peace.